U.S. President Donald Trump telephoned his Russian counterpart, President Vladimir Putin, for what he described as a positive conversation in which they dismissed 2 years of investigations into an alleged Russian interference in the 2016 U.S. presidential campaign. Speaking to reporters at the Oval Office after his exchange with Putin, Trump revealed how Putin laughed off accusations of Russian meddling as a mountain that turned out to be a mouse. Remember, Trump's conversation with Putin comes 2 weeks after Mueller report ruled out Russia's role in the 2016 U.S. presidential elections.
We discussed it. He actually sort of smiled when he said something to the effect that it started off as a mountain and it ended up being a mouse. But he knew that because he knew there was no collusion whatsoever. Pretty much that's what it was. It started off.
Mr. President, did you tell him not to meddle in the next election?
Excuse me, I'm answering this question. You are very rude. So we had a good conversation about many different things. Okay?
Did you tell him not to meddle in the next election?
We didn't discuss that. Really, we didn't discuss it. We discussed 5 or 6 things. We also we went into great detail on various things, especially, I would say, the nuclear, especially maybe Venezuela. We talked about North Korea at great length, and pretty much that's it.
Now, the timing of the call indicates that President Trump is eager to lift the cloud of investigation from his dealings with Moscow, a fact reiterated by him during the press conference. Trump has claimed that the United States may reach an agreement on the nuclear deal with Russia, and even China may soon come on board with time.
We're talking about a nuclear agreement where we make less and they make less, and maybe even where we get rid of some of the tremendous firepower that we have right now. We're spending billions of dollars on nuclear weapons, numbers like we've never spent before. We need that, and they are also, and China is frankly also. We discussed the possibility of a 3-way deal instead of a 2-way deal. And China, I've already spoken to them. They very much would like to be a part of that deal. In fact, during the trade talks, we started talking about that. They were excited about that, maybe even more excited than about trade. But they felt very strongly about it. So I think we're going to probably start up something very shortly between Russia and ourselves, maybe to start off. And I think China will be added down the road. We'll be talking about non-proliferation. We'll be talking about a nuclear deal of some kind, and I think it'll be a very comprehensive one.
Now, Trump further claimed that Venezuela was on top of the agenda, revealing that both leaders want to see something positive happen for the country. He has even ruled out Russian interference in the South American nation.
Yeah, I had a very good talk with President Putin, probably over an hour, and we talked about many things. Venezuela was one of the topics. And he is not looking at all to get involved in Venezuela, other than he'd like to see something positive happen for Venezuela. And I feel the same way. We want to get some humanitarian aid. Right now, people are starving. They have no water. They have no food. This is, Mr. Prime Minister, one of the richest countries in the world 20 years ago, and now they don't have food and they don't have water for their people. So we want to help on a humanitarian basis. And I thought it was a very positive conversation I had with President Putin on Venezuela.